think in casting you have to strike an interesting balance between bringing in people that are new and fresh and returning favorites from the previous installments.
I think I got the call that they were doing Scary Movie 4 after opening weekend of Scary Movie 3.
And the funny thing is just wondering what in the hell am I going to be doing in this one, you know?
I mean, it's always a good feeling when you come back. You know, it makes you feel like you did the job you were supposed to do in the one before.
It's nice. I mean, there's so many familiar faces. It's, you know, one big party revisited.
It's been so long.
Yeah, too long. I thought you were dead.
Oh, I thought you were dead too.
Anna Faris as Cindy Campbell, well, there's no question that she was going to be the lead in our movie. She's terrific. She is Cindy Campbell.
The cool thing about doing this fourth one is that I feel a bit like a senior in high school. Like, you know, it's my fourth time around. I'm really happy to be here, but it wasn't without a little bit of like, oh man, I have to brace myself for the battle that I'm about to go into.
You can teach acting, and but you can't teach funny, you know? She just got it, or you either got it or you don't, and Anna's got that thing.
I probably have more fun working with her than anyone. You know, it's so effortless. I think this is the word, but synergetic. And if it's not, I've made it up.
Wait, where's Brenda?
What? We're at peace now. I was just sealing the deal.
Regina Hall as Brenda is terrific. And what we discovered in Scary Movie 3 is, in the story, we killed her off too soon. So before we started writing Scary Movie 4, we knew we wanted to hang on to Brenda and hang on to her for the whole movie.
Is it too late for me to try this on?
She brings a completely different kind of humor to it. You know, so the kind of jokes that we didn't do in The Naked Gun or Airplane.
And we had big shoes to fill in looking for someone to play the new character, the new leading man in Scary Movie 4.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, that's clever. It's really clever.
And Craig Bierko was a wonderful, wonderful surprise.
You know, I'm the new guy in the block. They've all done 3 movies together, and I'm sort of walking in. It's a very presumptuous feeling to walk in as like the leading man.
He's a perfect anti-Tom Cruise.
What kind of tiger? They mean you, sir.
Leslie Nielsen is an old friend, and we've done a lot of movies together. And we brought him into Scary Movie 3 as the President of the United States.
At his age, you know, to still be funny, that really takes talent. And he has, it's just no accident that he's funny, because he is so good at it.
Now, where was I? And having done Naked Gun now, and Airplane, and Scary Movie, and so on, people just don't even look at me without starting to smile. And I haven't done anything. Oh, my God. That's horrible.
You know, these movies attract great actors that want to do, you know, play goofy parts. You know, showing up in a limited capacity, in a cameo, basically, and showing up as a surprise. I think it reminds people and myself that I don't take myself that seriously.
Come on.
We'd never met Charlie before, and he was cracking us up during the scene. The reactions on his face were so funny.
Oh, when the wind was blowing through his hair and his face like, it was so funny. He was possessed.
Hey, let me help you with that muffin.
I know I should do it.
No, it's no bother.
Oh, no, honestly, I don't mind.
Do I? Molly has a way of just sort of putting a twist on things that nobody else would come up with. And she's fearless. And she makes one choice in this that I just thought, I want to be able to do that. Hey, Marilyn. It's a good look for you, being pregnant.
I'm not pregnant.
That was hilarious. Because just the way she reacted to me, you could tell, as David said, how awful this marriage was.
Stay loose, Cindy. Remember your training, keep your focus. I was hoping they would bring me back. You know, I know none of the Scary movies have really had the same male lead in them, so I didn't think I'd come back. Always think, where's the next punch coming? So, you know, I didn't know what they'd do with me.
Oh yeah, Simon Rex, we had so much fun with him on 3. And then he cracks me up.
To be George again, it took me about 2 seconds to get back into character, because all I got to do is look around at David Zucker and Anna Faris, and it all comes back to me. Even though it was 2 years ago, it's like it seems like yesterday.
Michael really, you know, like most actors who are only asked to do serious roles, they just love the opportunity to be in a comedy. So he was just very grateful.
I heard the Japs killed a few. Kikoma.
I went to see War of the Worlds with my son Christian, my 15-year-old son Christian. He goes, but you know that Tim Robbins character, he goes, you know, I don't know, you know, Dad, you should have played that guy. I mean, he's just copying you. And I thought that was kind of funny. And I don't know, what, 2, 3, 4 months later, my phone rang and it was David Zucker. And he goes, how'd you like to play the Tim Robbins character? And I told him the story about my son and what my son said. And he laughed and said, well, I guess you'll be doing it then, so.
Carmen Electra, it was great to have her back. She looks stunning in that corset. I mean, I love it that she was completely game to humiliate herself once again.
I remember in the first one, I ran through a water sprinkler and it was freezing cold at night and I had to get soaking wet, and then I was stabbed in the chest and a breast implant came out on the knife. So you just know that the humor is going to be very out there, and it's just awesome.
Chris Elliott, he's one of my all-time favorites. We had a great friendship in Scary Movie 2. And I just loved seeing him again. He's so talented. Talk about somebody who takes risks.
I'm lucky enough, at this point in my career to, sort of, when people think of a crazy person or they need a nut, I pop into their heads right away and I get a call, so. And it's basically just a different wig.
Do not speak of that, about which we talk of not speaking.
The great thing about Bill is that he was in The Grudge, and so now we're spoofing The Grudge. It's kind of a first for us.
You may never leave.
So it's this bizarre, kind of dreamlike thing for me, where I'm morphing between this movie I wasn't in, that I'm kind of being in, and then this other movie I was in, that I'm not in, and yet I'm related to the character in the movie I was in, not the one that I'm faking to be in. It's really, so I think that kind of makes it a little different.
This village isn't what it used to be.
We're really glad we had everybody back, and we're having Anthony Anderson and Kevin Hart back.
Well, I'm an artist, so whatever the art may be at the particular time, I yield to. Obviously, Scary Movie 4 was not a hit without Kevin Hart and myself in it, or we wouldn't be sitting here having this interview right now. And I'm not ashamed or afraid to say it to the camera.
What's funny about working with Anthony, he's a jerk because he'll mess up my takes on purpose. Like there's a scene today where he's off camera, he has to give me a line. When I give him my line, he moons me. He shows me his ass on my close-up. So now I look like the jackass, everybody, because I'm laughing. And they don't see what he does. But we're very silly, man. We play around a lot, which is good. You want that on set.
Because one of the things we like to do is parody popular culture. We have the opportunity to take people from that popular culture and put them in the movie.
Dr. Phil? I play me. I think they talked to me, said, no characters, just come over here and be who you are. We'll write you some lines. And I'm doing it with Shaq, who I have a great deal of respect for, and he's actually a good actor.
You've been taken against your will.
Kobe?
You have to understand that I'm a clown. I love comedy. I like to laugh. Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3 was fabulous. So when they called me for Scary Movie 4, I was honored.
Shaquille, I'm not angry at you, but we are 1 minute away from death.
Well, we were doing something completely different, a radio tour, and I got a phone call from Hef back at home, and he's like, do you know about this scary movie? And I thought he meant the movie we were going to see that night, and I'm all, yeah, why is this so urgent? And he's like, well, you're doing this scene, and you're going to be in bed with Charlie Sheen. Is that okay? And I go, wait, what are you talking about?
Now you want to come.
But I was so excited about it because this is right down my alley. I love horror movies, and I love the whole Scary Movie franchise, so.
Quixotic.
90 points! Woo!
To be able to do a scene where we kind of make fun of our public personas where, we're all kind of in bed with the same guy, it's fun. It just shows we don't take ourselves too seriously.
And why? Of all the qualities that make us unique.
I'm a fan of the Scary Movie series. I've watched all of them.
It is love. It is our greatest strength.
My wife didn't know that, though. And so when the offer came in for me to be in this episode, she said, you gotta be kidding. And then when I described to her how my character ends, she said, oh, then you gotta do it.
And because of love, mankind.
Mrs. Norris? Have you noticed anything strange about this house?
I worked with Cloris Leachman, and she's the first person I've ever worked with who's won an Oscar.
We put pee on her.
Yeah. We did. We had her, we set her up as this catatonic old lady who needs the support, and then we dump pee all over her. Kind of the classic role.
Get in those ears.
And of course it wasn't pee, it was warm white grape juice. And she just said, oh, just mash it into my face, just really get me with it. Like, okay. So we had a lot of fun, we laughed a lot.
Oh my God! Oh, I'm so sorry.
And when the, when the blast of water hits her and she goes over, I mean, she wanted to do that herself. Well, yeah.
But our insurance company wouldn't allow it.
Right, yeah. And I want to be hit by the hose, yeah, the whole thing. She was totally game.
Going back to the Naked Gun movies, we had originally this philosophy that for parody, the best actors to cast were straight actors. That comic actors or people known for comedy might get in the way of the parody because you would be expecting them to do something funny. And this would interfere with our design of how the parody would work. And really, with the Scary Movie franchise, we've discovered that that's really not a hard and fast rule.
Sir, with each passing moment, more people will die.
The people are gonna die regardless.
They called me. It was a surprise. They called my agent and asked me if I want to do Scary Movie 4, and I said yes. And here I am.
Still alive.
Yeah, I was happy to get the phone call. Actually, I didn't get a phone call. I kind of kept calling them until they called me back and was like, I heard y'all doing Scary Movie 4. I made a couple threats, and I'm here.
Seriously? I'd rather be dead.
Hopefully, I won't get, yanked, and I'll be, I'll be able to say, hey, that's me, for a second. Very small part.
It was so fantastic that that I was booked for this film, that I got an offer to do it on the big screen. And it's so funny because at the audition there mostly were Oprah lookalikes because the breakdown said we're looking for lookalikes. And I'm so far from what Oprah is and so far from what Oprah looks like. And I was very surprised. I was like, why me? But they said, we know that you've done Oprah before and we've seen the tapes. We're gonna let you have some fun too. So it's a dream come true.
Back off.
Well, part of the deal with the rappers is that we are, in part, parodying popular culture. We're not parodying rappers, but it's great to have them in our movie. So to be able to have people like Chingy and Little John and Fabulous is great, great fun.
I got to work with Chingy. Brenda, I think Brenda was after Chingy too. Brenda has a thing for MCs, so.
Chingy!
Her right there.
Uh-huh, right her.
I was a fan of Scary Movie, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good look. It's a good look to be in a movie like this. So I was honored to do it. So I appreciate that and shout out to them for that.
Hey! I got the only working car through y'all!
Oh, it was fun. I got to do a little stunt work, I always like comedies. You know what I'm saying? Comedies is the best. I don't like horror movies. Don't like no dramas. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy they chose me for my role. Thank you.
Yo, this is our role, bitches.
This was a little stretch for me, a different little thing. I mean, it's not a huge role. I'm not going after Denzel. I'm not trying to get my Oscar or anything over here, but think people should see some of my funny side, and then I'm coming for you, Denzel.
Wow, how we felt to be a part of this movie in Vancouver, great old Vancouver. First movie, you know what I mean? We were very excited, actually, you know what I mean? Because we are fans of scary movies, you know what I mean? All of them.
Yo, man, see this red weed? Nope.
Like I said, this is our first movie, and hopefully we be more movies, you know. So, you know, it's a good feeling right now. I'm excited. I'm ready to see it.
Know that.
Hello?
That's mine!
Fine.
There's nobody that isn't fun to work with. I think we probably avoid casting the people that we don't have fun with.
Give me the gun, I'm taking the car.
The nation is under attack.
Get me Homer Lansbury.
Father?
Hey, stay with me for more on comedy movies. Now, Animal House is one of the most famous comedies of all time and was responsible for making John Belushi a star. The original script, however, was about cult leader Charles Manson in high school and was titled, wait for it, Laser Orgy Girls. Now, do you like my t-shirt? You can get one too. The link is in the description.